Okay. Okay. We're here. Hey, I am good to see ya. Howdy, Xavier. Happy to have you guys in the chat. Alrighty, chat. Let's get going. Nope. There we go. I had to make a hit eventually. Huh. Am I crazy? I don't remember if I had the flamethrowers in the Fringe Folk Rebellion stuff. I'm gonna have to double check that, see if I included for reference. Today I was playing Elden Ring and I farmed Elven Orcs. I'm so proud of you, I am. For the first time ever, I think I can say that. You did so well. You know, they always say that the first silver you kill is always the hardest, but you know what? That's a lie. It's easy killing those filthy, stinking silvers. So don't worry. Soon you'll get so fast at killing them, it'll feel like a whole new you. Okay, now where's the thing I want to grab? Oh no. Let's do this. We'll do that one too. Of course, high LOD is... Of course. I should have known. Right. Oh! Whoopsie. We should make the red ones extinct. Yes, I agree. They have extra zero value to their lives. They deserve everything coming to them. Oh my gosh. There we go. There we go. Is the agenda red mains again? For the most part. I was looking at the Radon update. I was like, you know what? I would love if I could try to squeeze out some more reference images, so... Here we are. Strange how it doesn't really get nighttime until way past midnight, you know? It's kind of funny how that works out, you know? There. That's perfect. Golden Land is mostly day. Yeah, because you got a giant glowing tree. What a shocker there, you know? They also give the same amount of runes as the silver ones. That's blasphemy. That just goes to show that they're equally of no value. Alright. I swear, you get literally everywhere. Now here's the question, chat. Do you think this one has been claimed by Radahn's forces, and they're kind of just using it as like a general like siege engine or something? Or do you think this thing in Rykard's little buddy here somehow figured out how to get inside? Which do you think it is? I could honestly go either way. I mean, this is just a cool shot, period. Yeah, something like this. A Crucible Knight got here, so him getting here is no question. Yeah, but Crucible Knights can fly. Also, you know, they probably went through the front door being like, hey, we're here for the festival. We don't want to intrude. In fact, we'll help you kill any random intruders until the festival happens. So, like, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, bigger question is how the hell did they get to any of this other crap? There are no entrances! There we go. Yeah, just normal dude. Normal dudes. All's normal. Alright, so there's the chest. No, I want to gaggle. Is there actually a flame there, or is it... No, it's actually... It's actually out. Okay, so we can do this then. No, not that. Hey, Pavli. How you doing? I forgot, does your Radahn thesis show that his cape has a tree on it? I know it mentions the line with the swords. A tree? A tree? There is no tree on Radahn's cape. When was this a thing? A Crucible Knight got here, so and they got killed by a naked Tarnished. They're not dead yet. I have not killed them. They are too valuable to have around here. Oh wow, that's interesting. They're too valuable to just randomly kill off. I gotta keep them here. It's not my fault they were too late for the festival, you know? It's always been there. I've only noticed with the DLC when he turns away from my corpse after he kills me. The thing is Radahn has a different cape, Xavier, in his younger self, so... I'm going to have to, if we're talking about like the specifically the young Radon, okay, sure. I haven't added that, but I can totally do that. I just have to, you know, actually look. Confirm that that's the exact design myself, and then, yeah. Alright, so nothing over here that I want to add. There's just this here. Alright, so how do we get a shot of you? Oh, God, I hate this shot. God, it's so hideous. Ooh, getting rid of the fire, though. That has potential. Hmm. Hmm. I love the Crucible Knights. They're my favorite enemy in the game, but I hate the Crucible Knight boss fight here. It's so mashed together. Just comment Azure smile. They have the same cape his base game was, just faded and dirty. Do they? I remember looking at it and being like, oh, that's a completely different design on the back. But maybe I'm misremembering. Comment Azure is a sin, that it is. I can't believe someone added that thing to the game and thought, yep, this is okay. God, it's awful! None of these guys have any sense of aesthetics with how they're set up here. Like, what the hell am I supposed to do with this? It's awful! Awful, I say! Awful! What am I ever gonna do? But I think that's an evolution of Soul Geyser from DS2. Yeah, but the funny is with Soul Geyser, Soul Torrent, whatever you want to call it every game, it's just so... Ugh. It's the original sin. Leonine Misbegot is also a very good boss. Yeah, I have no complaints. Pretty standard, all things considered. God! I guess that's the best I'm gonna get, huh? I guess I shouldn't be reaching too hard for the stars. Are all the buildings in these forts red tiled like this? I don't recall. I feel like I would remember if it was red tiled in Stormvale, you know? Maybe for the other side of the chance, looking at the night. Well, yeah, I was looking at the... So if we do something like this, right? I get what you're trying to say, Pably. We have this kind of here, so it's like, I don't know. Right? It's just a really awkward angle for everything involved, right? They did not consider someone using a photo mode to try to get a nice shot. Yo, Goatster Bed? Hey, I'm just gonna call you you. Hey, you. Hey, Loki, are there any plans for you to do a Lost in Translation pod on Elden Ring with Acer Aesthetics? Been released to the Gwyn and Bloodborne ones, and they rule would be neat. As far as I'm aware, Acer should have something that we did together coming out soon. I don't think it's already happened yet, because I would assume he would tell me. I mean, that'd be a pretty dick move if Acer didn't. But, yeah, so, like, we are gonna have a podcast, coming out soon. So I guess you can look forward to that stuff. But when it comes to, like, Elden Ring specifically, I mean, I consider myself a neophyte when it comes to Elden Ring lore. It's just such a goddamn big game. So, like, I don't know what we would talk about specifically. It would have to be, like, very general. It also doesn't help that the Elden Ring localization is actually pretty okay. So, while there's still a lot to talk about, you know, it's by far the least I've had to talk about relative to the size of the actual game. There's blue tiles in Stormvale and Morka. Okay, I can add that to Radon then. I can talk about how he remodeled the place. Super told even the guard about Comet Azure and magic buffs, and the Sin was born! The knowledge of good and evil. It was how to perform Comet Azure. You could use this for good, or you could use this for bad by combining it with an infinite F. Honestly, it's not even Comet Azure that's the problem. It's the infinite FP thing. Like, that's just a mistake. Like, infinite stamina, you're always going to be heavily limited by the weapon types and stuff like that. But infinite FP is just literally, okay, I can just stand here and endlessly cast until my stamina runs out. Unless I use the anti-stamina thing, and then my stamina's just not running out. It's just so stupid. Okay, looking forward to it. LOL. Localize getting better, putting you out of business. That's what I would love to see. Ideally, I wouldn't have a quote-unquote business. There would be no Loki. I would be much happier in that world. But that's not the world we live in. We live in the world of crappy localizations. But no, yeah, as I've said before, the localization quality in these games, the graph on them is a dramatic, like, upline, just straight. Like, every new game they come out with, the localizations have more or less gotten better. Sometimes, like, they're about equal quality. Like, I would say, like, Bloodborne's and DS2's is yeah, actually, I'd say Bloodborne's maybe is slightly worse than DS2's. But, like, they're about the same, right? And then Dark Souls 3's is where we start getting to, like, meh, you know, there's a lot of problems, but, you know, it could be worse. And then Elden Ring's where it's like, okay, yeah, wow. What I'm reading is what it actually said. What? Okay. Okay, he just fell through the floor. Okay. Okay, one of the lion guys just fell through the floor. I guess we're not getting shots of those guys from this character anytime soon. Well. Good old Sashinki has another job. I would sacrifice half of Radon's arena to make this a true legacy dungeon. You know what? Same. Crappy localization is an understatement. I know, but you know, gotta be fair. Some of them are not as bad as others, so. Alright. There's something else I'm seeing in this castle where I'm like, oh, I can get a really good shot out of this. The red building thing, though, is nice. Let's get another shot of that just to highlight. To the back rooms they go. Alright. I don't know how he fell through the floor. Like, it wasn't like I was so far away or something I deloaded anything, I didn't think, but hey, what do I know? Do we see these things anywhere else? These giant, you know, harpoon models? We'll go from here and then turn it to daytime, so that way we don't have to worry about any potential darker lighting. There we go. Bro was trying to be different. Oh yeah, he was. Nice that Radon remodeled. Little did he know the entire area would be turned red. Man's like, I love red lions. And Melania's like, oh, I heard you like red. Wait, no, no, no! Melania, don't! See, Melania was just trying to help, you know? She went there because her brother wanted a husband, but, you know, she really was actually going there just to help give Radana a belated birthday present. Ain't she such a good sister? Ain't she the best sister? She painted not only the town red! Oh, that's for sure. Alright, let's see. What can we do here? God, why does Kayla look so cool at night? There we go. Uh-huh. And then... yeah, that looks nice. Alright, so I got some options here. Okay, I have pictures of Radon's cape. Cool, cool, cool. I'll have to look that over then. Alright. Alright, that'll be the last one. I think that's enough of the lighting for me to work with, and then I can figure out which one I like best. Again, I don't even remember if I mentioned the ballista in my actual analysis for Fringe Folk Rebellion, so... maybe there would be some value in Elden Ring chat, since there is, I feel, kind of the same oversimplification and Western interpretation of the story that infected DS1 and DS3, but I don't know. Oh, no, I'm not saying that there isn't value in me going on and doing a podcast with Acer. Don't get me wrong. I'm totally okay with that, you. The thing is that, I wouldn't be able to speak with it as comprehensively and with as in-depth knowledge. At least I don't think I would. Compared to any other content creator, right? Now, maybe if I go through my stuff, I can really, like, find some really good condensed, like, a, you know, plethora of topics we could talk about, right? Like, everyone knows about the Ronnie ending, problem, because that got reported in, you know, mainstream media and stuff like that, right? Ooh. What about over here? Right? So that got all chatted about. So I'm just not sure on whether or not there's anything, like, super big that would really interest people. It would be a lot of, like, lesser-known things, smaller stuff. Like, I could maybe talk about some of the wordplays and things going on with, like, Lifesteal Fist, or, actually, no, that's less the wordplay. More like the, what's it called, the Mask of Concealing, or whatever it's called, or what, or Forbidden? I forget. You know, the mask that, you know, Radahn put his symbol on their mouths of for the sorcery professors. You know, stuff like that, or if we're going back to Lifesteal Fist, you know, some of the Lost in Translation stuff there. But again, it's super minor. It's just being like, oh yeah, this is a reference to China. Yay. Preceptor Mask, yeah. Oh, Mask of Confidence, that's what it's called. I forgot how the localization put it, right? But yeah, like, there'd be, like, a few things, but I don't know, it would feel very, like, small and, like, you know, on the edges. Like, the only really big thing I can think about is, America's, words that Melina quotes. Because a lot of those are not localized, I feel, well enough, in my opinion. Some of it's just, like, lost in translation stuff you can't translate, but some of it's, I'm like, I feel they could have made a few more things clearer. Yeah, nothing here. Ayo! Happy Monday! Happy Monday, Victor. How you doing? So, like, yeah, I feel like maybe that would be a good thing I could chat about. What'd be another thing I could think of? There's also, the original Sin talk in, in the DLC. That's something where I'm like, I have a bone to pick with some of that. Because I think some of the wording... I think a few terms are used to refer to that original Sin, and I'm like, I'm not sure if these are all the same thing. Doesn't it help that Melina also quotes her deadpan, so it kind of influences the read on her character? Yeah, you can tell. Glowmine Queen didn't go to acting school. She was not a drama kid. She caused Marika a lot of drama, but she wasn't a drama kid. Yeah. Maybe. Sure. There we go. We'll do, as always. She's the drama kid without the kid! Ouch. Mesmer got all the charisma of the two, that's for sure. For sure. No doubt. A true drama queen is Marika. Oh god, these wordplays. Alright. A little bit of stuff for that for astrologers, since I'm also working on that. Again, I love how they have this generic thing for it, but it uses the Erdtree tiling here. Even though it's all the regular flat tiling here. They do the same thing with the assets they have for, like, railings on highways. It has that Erdtree tiling, despite the fact that, again, they use the flat one for the main thing. Again, it's just one of those funny things about assets and stuff. Elden Ring is very good about putting together its world, but there's always those moments where you're like, I think this was a mistake. It's one of those things where you're like, yes, I was looking too closely. I might as well open this because the other one's open anyway, right? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. I don't even remember if I actually included that in, yeah, I don't recall actually including that in, Fringe Folk Rebellion either. But, you know, knowing me, I probably did, and I just don't remember, you know? Let's be honest, chat. My memory is a sieve. I put Goldfish to shame. It's Miyazaki's plan to make you look closely so that you know reusing assets is a pain. Pain. No. No. Okay, I guess we had it. I guess we had it good. Oh. Oh my God. Just let me. I beg you. There we go. Let me get to midday. But yeah, Radahn's cape have the same design, but it's hard to see because the older one is faded and dirty and the younger is folded weirdly, the player version specifically. Okay. Then I'm gonna have to look at your images then and then see if I can replicate that with one of my characters at some point. We don't have any dogs or anything here, right? I don't think we do. Are you kidding me? Oh my. Stop disappearing, buddy. Oh. There we go. Like this one even better. This'll work. Let's see. One thing that pisses me off about the DLC, besides the final boss, is how they talk religiously before the DLC about how they were focused on not making empty areas, then half the DLC was empty. Yeah, this is one of my points of which I say is that I have my strong suspicions that the original concept for the DLC was going to be much closer to a, kind of like what Miyazaki said, you know, like, an area a little bigger than Limgrave, right? Like, something where it was, like, it was going to be sizable, but not, like, so, like, massively sizable. And they sort of had, like, all the items and stuff, you know, plotted out with that in mind. But then, of course, development for it ended up going long, and they got more ambitious with it because they're like, well, we're making people wait, so we have to really make it this big thing to explore, and the concept just kept ballooning. But I think that just resulted in, them having all this space, but not really enough items to really justify it. So, we got what we got. That's what I think went down. But yeah, it's one of those things where you can feel it, where there's just there's so much vast space of just nothing. Nothing but maybe enemies. And it's kind of like, really? Really? This is the best we could do? I guess. Alright. Not really much I could do with this one. Oh, can we get him? Damn. I was wondering if maybe he could, like, move the book a bit, you know, closer so we could have a slightly better angle here, but this'll work. This will do. I hate that we have the giant dildo just kind of there. Frickin' Peg right there in the middle of the street. Like, seriously. Does Sellia not have decency laws? This works better. Beautiful FOV. Beautiful FOV. I am so glad that We invented FOV for cameras. There we go. There we go. They definitely should have spammed more harvestable Mesmer butterflies around the Hornsent villages, because now it's pretty much just the first two and a few in Mesmer's camps. Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. They underutilize a lot of the items they do have as well. Just overall, they could have done so much better. I do think that they took one of the best... I think it's also why the DLC this year is a lot forgettable for people. Like, it's one of those things where, compared to Elden Ring, the DLC just kind of came and went for, I think, most people. Because it's just one of those things where, like, it doesn't have that same magical experience as the base game. It just doesn't... It lacks that same quality. And then, of course, there's also some of the controversy with the bosses and how they handle difficulty with the fragments and shadow. Like, I think a lot of that stuff just... I think all of that kind of came together to really... to, yeah, just really hurt the DLC, I think, in people's long-term memory. It just doesn't have that same impact. A lot of people hated the story, like, in general. Yeah, that as well. As I said before, I think the original... Here's what I think happened. I think Miyazaki, well, he's going through, he's like, okay, how about this idea of having, you know, Miquella, you know, fighting Malenia and Miquella together. Oh, no, let's have it where Miquella gets kidnapped by Mohg, and then that'll give us our segue to go to Mohg and all that stuff, right? And then Miquella, though, retreats into this dream world and things, and then we can have the dream world as, like, the side thing. And then later on, he's like, oh, no, what, instead of, like, making it where it's gonna actually be Miquella's dream world, we'll have it where it's all abandoned, and it's actually, this is part of, like, this grand plan that he's got going with Radahn and stuff, because we have this Radahn lore that in Martin's notes and things about making this promise when they grow up, and that doesn't really work out, right? So, like, all of it, so, like, he's got, like, all that churning, right? And he comes up with this final idea about, oh, we can tie this in with Mesmer, and the Gate of Divinity, and all this stuff, right? So he's thinking of how he's gonna tie it all together into this little side area. But the problem is that the game's gonna come out in, like, 6 months or whenever, right? And he has no, and he doesn't have the time for them to be making all these new side areas that's going to be, like, maybe, again, like, a little bigger than Limgrave, right? And then be able to have to cover all this lore with Mesmer and the Hornsent and Rao and all this stuff that would have to be stuffed into this one area. Oh, and also probably a bit on the death stuff, right? Because, you know, they kind of touch on that stuff with Altus Plateau, but they don't really explore, right? So all these ideas and things that would have to get explored in one relatively small area that is not going to be able to fit before the launch of the game. So he's like, okay, this'll be something I punt off for DLC, right? And in that context, I think the idea of, oh, we're gonna bring back Radahn, and Miquella's gonna revive him, and we're gonna have another Radahn fight, but now it's gonna be Radahn with Miquella and all that stuff. That's all stuff that makes sense in the context of, this was just supposed to be a side story we would have had in the main game. But then when you bump it off to DLC, and then create this big, epic map with which you explore, you feel like you want a little bit more than just kind of, you know, what we got. Where the final boss ends up being just Radahn, you know, 2, Electro Boogaloo. So, yeah. I totally agree that I think the story is just, it's not the best final, you know, plot line to end off the game on. The lore? Sure. It's got some big lore, and I think that's why Miyazaki, in advertising and stuff, focuses so much more on Mesmer and, Marika. Because that's really the good stuff. That's really the where all the good lore is. All the Miquella stuff is kind of, eh. Wait, did that house also have the Red Sea shingles in Sellia? Yeah. Sellia and buildings like it generally use the red, from what I recall. So that I'm not surprised by. It's Redmane Castle specifically that gets me, like Xavier said, if it's blue in other areas. Yeah. I still hate it so much. Final boss should have been Unholy Mix of Miquella and Mohg after Radahn got infected with Rot. I would have liked that better. I'll be honest, I also agree. I think they dropped the ball on the concept of Radahn revived in Mohg's body as well. they tried to bring back Radahn and be like, see, we're gonna show you what it's like with pre-rotted Radahn, and it's like, I don't care. Like, I legit don't care. It's like, it's Radahn, but shinier. Yay. I could have imagined that without you needing to show me, thanks Miyazaki. I got the idea of the heroic Radahn from the actual Radahn boss fight. And instead it's like, oh, don't worry, he's still got Mohg. His, like, armpits have a few horns sticking out of them. It's like, oh, wow, great. That's so amazing. And the horns and the dragons. Yeah, right? Like, basically anything that has nothing to do with the reason why people were excited for the DLC in the first place. I legit think they should have just stuck with the, if they were gonna do, like, this whole, you know, Miquella banning thing, they should have stuck with the Dream World stuff. I do think so. The more I think about it. Again, I get that wouldn't have fit in, but, you know, just announcing you were gonna do another DLC that was gonna be about Mesmer and shit. And come up with a different sequel hook. Like, I don't need... I think the way they all did it in one package was just like, ugh. But yeah, you see all the red and stuff here. Same thing. Same thing. Nox have their style. And I think it's the same here, too, right? If I recall correctly, Ordina does the exact same thing. Oh, God. Get ready to get bombarded. But yeah, let's... Oh, gosh darn. So, I'm still so mad. It's literally just hordes under the armpit, and then Radahn doing one move that references Mohg. One. They could have combined them, and you could have had Miquella's holiness, Radahn's gravity, and Mohg's blood, you know, flame crap. And it gets reduced to just being Radahn with one fucking Mohg move. Like, ah! The boss should have been Miquella trying to revive Goblin, but failing miserably and getting death rooted. Listen, I've heard so many people be like, I wanted a Goblin boss. Listen, I was the one who was saying from the very beginning we were not going to get a Godwyn boss. Like, if it was going to be like a Godfrey, you know, it was going to be a Morgott-style Godfrey, you know, illusion clone thing. There was no way in hell that they were going to be able to come up with some lore justification to have Godwyn be an actual, you know, character in this DLC. It just wasn't happening. Yeah, it's still, yep, they still got the red shingle, so. Should have had the first phase be much longer. I unlock more blood moves halfway through it. Yeah. Just, in general, like, again, in general, I think any idea that you can contribute to it would be better than what we got in the final product. Oh. Why, hello, my Miquella lilies. There we go. There we go. Godwyn is literally dead as death. Yeah, it was just the sorry guys, Godwyn is soulless. There ain't no bringing that back, and like all of the lore about Godwyn we got in the base game was already plenty. Like it already made clear that Miquella tried everything he could with Godwyn and failed. It's one of the prime factors in him probably creating his pure gold order, right? So like the Godwyn stuff is just it's you know, it's ancient history. You know what's not ancient history though apparently is a silly little promise that innocent big Radahn made with a small child. It's like, ah, he wants to marry me when we grow up. Okay, I'll humor him. Well, there's no way that he's gonna remember this after so many years, and not like it's gonna be relevant anyway. Little did he know, it would be the most consequential decision of his life was saying yes. Godwyn is fucked, that's the whole point of it being tragedy. Yeah, that's the entire point. It's like it wasn't gonna happen. Like, it wasn't gonna happen. It just was one of those things where, I'll be honest, if Miquella was still hung up on trying to bring back Godwyn, I would be shocked, because I'd be like, how the fuck have you not already realized by this point? Like, you had so many other things. Like, you have so many other things that you should be concerned about. One yes leads you to getting nuked. Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the things I wanted to keep subtle in my updates to the Radon thesis, was just focusing on, like, oh yeah, like, this was the most, like, when you look at it in the bigger picture, like, this was perhaps one of the most consequential, decisions in Radon's entire life. And it was probably something he forgot about, like, within the month. It was just like, aha, yeah, haha, funny, yeah, I'll marry you when you grow up, sure, kid. Like, it's one of those things you see in a million anime, right? Like, everyone has seen that anime scene. But what Radon didn't realize was that apparently he was actually in a romance anime. Or at least Mikola thought he was. Mikola's like, I'm changing the genres. It all came back around. Yeah, we're not gonna get anything more than we want here. Okay, so, yeah. Castles. We'll go to the rooftop. It's in Persona 3 and 4. If you've seen enough anime, you have seen this trope played out. Like I said, I assume this is something that came from Martin's stuff, the whole Mikola Radon thing, but it's so freaking anime. There's no denying that. I think it's blue, but it's really hard to tell with all the snow. Yeah, that's blue. Yep, that is most certainly blue. Yep, that's a blue. That ain't red. Mikola thought he was in a yaoi manga. Unfortunately, this game is about getting maidens. Mikola didn't realize that what being maidenless meant. Hurry out, Mikola with Holy Dark Lurker moveset that has Blood Flame effects. Very pretty face with horns and Moog's long, muscular body and Radon's strength. Yeah, that would've been cool. Again, I'm telling you, any ideas you guys come up with would be better than what we actually got in the game. But yeah, to get back to the original topic, that's why I think the DLC just doesn't have that same impact for people. It's one of those things where gameplay-wise, they're like, yeah, it's fun, it's more Elden Ring, you know, it was good and all that stuff. But I think all those small little things, plus, you know, that are like overarching, the exploration, the core narrative, the boss fights, I think that stuff just kind of builds up to be kind of like, you know what, this thing can just come and go. Like, it's kind of forgettable. What are you reading, buddy? Up on Smithing Stone, I see. I'll be honest, I forgot there was a thing with rats here. Yeah, what even is up here? Nothing important, clearly. Alright. Okay, so that just reconfirms it. So we got blue, red unique for Red Main Castle. I'll have to remember that. Yeah, I know about the blue in Stormvale. Oh, it's in Morn too, though? Okay. We'll have to keep that in mind. I'm also curious about the presence of a confessor. You know, like, you know, storing his stuff, you know, in this tower back here. Right? I forget what, oh no, not this one. That one up there. Yeah. I'm curious what the story is here, like why the confessors would be, you know, keeping an eye on things here. The only thing I can think of is that, the only thing I can think of is that the confessors are secretly behind the rebellion of, the Misbegotten here. Like, they're the ones who secretly they're the ones behind the scenes that helped coordinate and supply them the weapons and all that stuff, so that way they could, you know, enact their rebellion without, Edgar and his forces noticing. Because otherwise, I don't know how a bunch of disparate slaves managed to coordinate all at once across the entire peninsula. You think Radahn ever tried to draw attention to his red shingles in conversation? Remodeling going really well. Stretches uncomfortably, pointing at shingles. Honestly, Radahn does seem like he's kind of a dork, right? Like, he seems like that very, you know, charismatic, likable kind of dork of a dude. Who just also happens to be really scary in combat, you know? Like, kind of just your friendly Navy SEAL type. Or maybe it's one that arrived from the sea. Ooh! Ooh, I like that idea. I'm gonna have to keep that noted as well. Confessors are anti-slavery. I would be thinking more so that they're either because of what's his face, Gideon, or the Two Fingers in general. They're trying to undermine Godric. That'd be what I would think about. But again, like, there's a lot of confessors and stuff across, like, you know, spread out across the area, so I'd really have to think about it. I'd really have to, like, kind of think about, like, in totality, what the storytelling with them is. And if there's something, like, individualistic about it, then okay. We can then look at, like, you know, what's the overarching theme. We definitely do have some crashed shipwrecks here, so... Some of the driftwood makes it ashore, right? Oh, gosh, one of these days I'll figure out why we have the unique jellyfish here. One of these days. But yeah, we got blue shingles. Blue shingles. Blue shingles. Yeah, we don't really have anything else that's really, like, you know, built homely like this, right? Okay. Alright, so that one's done. Okay, so is there anything else, Radahn related that I could think of including? We have them in the Divine Tower. I never do really... well, the problem is I don't know why they're exactly there. If they're there to explore, if they're there to guard it because that's where the rune is. That's one I would have to think about. Ah, yes. Wonderful ancient structure. Wooden door. The Redmates were like, we have to make sure that we install a door here on this conveniently shaped doorway. Yeah, I don't think, yeah, even this doorway isn't so. There's no reason for it to, like, it's so obviously just done for to be a shortcut. So we got the, what's his face hiding out here, right? The Godskin. It's like, okay, Godskin's hiding out here. You know, I can live with that. Like, that's not too crazy to me. Then I guess the idea is that Radahn and folks, while they were trying to explore the tower, kind of just stumbled upon it. Not really far to, you know, for like a, not even excavation, really. Also, why's it gotta look like a cage, man? With a Golemite Queen Sword, yeah. I guess the idea is that it's such a prized possession, they wanted to make sure that it was hidden somewhere really, really extra safe. It's like, hey, down here at the bottom of a tower you normally can't access. That seems like a pretty good hiding spot. So I don't know what this black crap is supposed to be, whether it's supposed to actually be like that, or if it's supposed to be, you know, just, you know, the weird shadows doing things. I don't know. Is because of the stone. Yeah, this is because of the stone outside. Okay. Uh-huh. And everything else is pretty typical. God, this tower is so tall. Oh, wow, that's a... Yeeks. Okay, yeah. Nothing else really to say here. We got Gale Tunnel. This there. Smoldering Church we have shots in, got covered. JLK. The Waypoint Ruins. Highway South. Southern Ionia Swamp Bank. The Lookout. Celia Hideaway. Fort Faroth. I'll be honest, I thought Fort Faroth and Fort Gale had some goldsmithing stone, but apparently I misremembered. I couldn't find any references to it. I feel like this boss should have used the Black Flame Sword. You can say the same with a lot of the Leonine Misbegotten bosses and mini-bosses. They have the swords, but they don't use them, right? Like, I would have liked it if the Morn Moangrave boss here had the... you actually use the Morn Hero's sword. And then you also have the guy here who doesn't use his gravity greatsword. It's like, man, you wanna test your gravity powers against Radahn, and you're not using your sword in battle, right? I guess they just had it set up for the one Misbegotten that they used in Cave of the Forlorn. Probably because, you know, at that point there was probably a closer connection between the Misbegotten and Radagon at that point in development. And if I had to guess, they were just like, God, it's too much trouble. We'll just use the same basic generic, you know, Leonine. Are there any Radahn-related things in or around Leyndell? Not really, unfortunately. It's mostly Godric stuff. It's mostly Godric, unfortunately. Rampart-ish side. Perfumer's Grotto. Yeah, nothing there. Altus Tunnel. We already got shots for that. I already have shots for Old Altus Tunnel. Shaded Castle Ramparts. We already got tons of shots for this area in general. Dominula we're good on. Yeah, I think we might want to wrap things up here. Yeah. Nothing's really coming to mind where I'm like, oh yeah. Because we have Gaius coming up. Yeah, we have Gaius coming up here, so... I really want to just probably, you know, get shots of him if I had to get shots of anything, you know? The problem is he is such a, you know, there's so many bosses behind him who I'd want to get shots of as well, so we wouldn't have to get repeats later. Like, God. Because I would have to... If I had to guess, I'd probably have to get shots of R'hllana, shots of the Hippo, and then I could maybe get to Gaius, right? Without having to deal with any boss fights or anything. I think that's how it would go. Oh. Yeah, okay. Unsightly Catacombs, Craftsmanship. Yeah, most of the stuff we got is pretty much... It's pretty much what we're gonna get when it comes to Radahn-related things or anything, you know, like, ancillary to that. I still am not completely sure what's going on here with the trolls. The only thing I think of to add to Guys is that he uses Gravity Missile, which has the same intelligent requirement as Radahn's spell. And they both use the gravity blades and spin. Well, yeah, that's in the descriptions. That's covered in the lore. I already have that for Gaius. And I'm gonna use the menu graphics for that stuff. I'm not gonna get like comparison shots or something like that between them. I'm just not interested in that. The requirement thing, though, I'll have to look into more, because that might be worth putting in there. Yeah, so we have discarded carriage there, discarded carriage all the way back there, and then we got some trolls with their chains still attached. Magically at the plateau. I swear, those worms sound like they're laughing all the time, you know? But then you got the trolls just kind of casually resting all the way over here. And there's the other one over by the tunnel, right? Where is he? Where are you, asshole? Well, we know about you. Your shaded castle's right over there. You're just, you know, you're a real go-getter trying to get ahead of the pack. Yeah, there you are. There's our chain boy. Ah, I see, so that's how you look. And you have some nobles as well. So, like, is the idea that they're just tired because maybe they were used to help get the nobles down, right? Like, their carriage broke down. You have the guys up here, and then they're like, okay, how about we have the trolls take us down there to help with our search? And the trolls are just like, man, I'm exhausted. Climbing down those steep mountains with just a bunch of nobles in hand who I can't kill. That's the only thing I can think of. Maybe that's it. There we go. Oh no, we don't want that. That we don't want. Yeah, this looks good. Maybe this? Yeah, okay. The only thing Radahn does different than Young is he sends gravity shockwaves and uses the collapsing stars spell. Oh, really? He doesn't use it in the normal form? Huh. Neat. Granted, to be fair, you know, it's not like it's Radahn back in time. It's still Radahn. I guess he's just using more of his spells. I guess you could argue he's able to more effectively use his powers because he's not, you know, half mad, right? I guess. I think that's the good. I think that's good. There we go. Well, I'm in the middle. Oops, I'm in the shot. Whoopsie. I just see myself there. I'm just like, oh wait. No, the old does that. Oh, okay. So old Radahn does the collapsing star. Okay, yeah. Then I have no idea. They just have him to use less moves then. The Yang could send out shockwaves bit. It's just that it has a dust effect. It is infused with gravity lightning. Oh, so is it more like a Miquella, like wholly infused gravity attack then? Oh, interesting. Frickin' dust particles. Freaking dust particles. It's just physical instead of gravity? Huh. Perhaps the old one has a hidden thing somewhere that helps him cast those? I don't think so. Again, I think if they took it out from the original boss fight for the Miquella one, I assume it's because they thought it would be the you see collapsing stars, you already get it because you're trying to, you know, the point of the original Radahn boss fight was to give you an idea of him as the Star Scourge, right? Like you want to see who he was, like who he is and what he could do, and Collapsing Stars was that spell which Miyazaki was using to help connect it to his Star Scourge legend and all that, so it's sort of very important and emblematic to have it in the original boss fight, right? But in this fight with Miquella and stuff, you're mixing like all of Miquella's all of Miquella's powers and things in there and everything else. And I can see how they would want to sort of take that out because that's no longer the focus. Now the focus is like them combining their abilities into one, so you get a mix of the two and some entirely new stuff. I just assume he's not as strong gravity-wise as old, but it's literally just him. It's his soul in a new body. If anything, he should be, better than ever, theoretically. I mean, we can definitely see that he could do whatever Moog can do, at least in theory. In theory. With, his one, Blood Flame attack, so... God, this is so annoying when you get floating enemies. It's so awkward when you have floating enemies. Like, I really have to go the extra mile to make this work. There we go. There we go. At the very least, I can kind of preserve the illusion this way. Alright, there we go. Also, how you guys feeling about no background music these last two streams? You like it better? You like it worse? Like, how you guys feel about it? I personally like to have, like, a little bit of a BGM there, so it's not dead silence, when I'm not talking. But ultimately, if you got whatever you guys prefer, will have a major influence on what I want to do, Oh, no, I hate this. It looks awful. It just looks awful. Honestly, don't care. Alrighty. Always good to have a neutral response. There we go. There we are. Ew. Yeah, honestly, I think I like it better because you can just get a clear look of a sheer cliff behind him, yeah. I have to check if Young Radon Sword have the anti-gravity enemy effect. Yeah, because if you're saying that the one gravity thing he has is different, then it might just be a completely new type of, technique or something that he's employing. Yeah, I like this shot. Alrighty. Let's see if I can get a... Oh, that's not... There we go. Yeah, I think that's the best explanation I can think of. It's to the trolls are down there to help explain, They're there to help explain how they, how things got, you know, how they managed to get some of their own down there. I guess the only question then is why the hell the cart was derailed in the first place. I just assume Miquella revived him as he was when he met him. That's an interesting angle. Because my understanding was that if you're taking the soul, you're taking the full soul, so it should be, you know, him as he died. It'd also be really kind of weird if it's like, oh, hey, hubby, you're back. I know you may not remember, but a lot's happened. You're my husband now. We're fulfilling our promise. I don't know, I feel like Radahn would be more confused by anything, but then again, you know what? Miquella's got brainwashing, so what's it matter? I don't think Radahn has much of a choice in this matter. You want to be king? You're going to be king on Miquella's terms. Ah, the wonderful pastoral life. Just hearing a bunch of sheep in the background. I really, really want to... Say, I don't want to go down there. They're wolves. Yeah, I like this. I think this gets the point across. Woo! Okay. That's strictly Radahn related, but I'm glad that I finally managed to piece something cohesive about all that. Still not sure why exactly we're having all these carriage derailments. Also, why the hell are you bringing corpses in carriages over to Gelmir? There's enough corpses in Gelmir. Held all the way over here. Like, yeah, there's something going on here. Maybe it's part of why we have the soldiers kind of patrolling around. Maybe it's Wraithblood ruins. I don't know, then why aren't they attacking the village, right? Like, why are they just kind of patrolling around it, would be my question. Also, are they really so concerned about this, like, one measly village when they're big, operations over in Gelmir? I don't know. Oh! Well, that was delayed. Well. Hello. Welcome back. I did not miss you, Gelmir. There we go. We have the Basilisk down there, which presumably, what's-his-face, brought back with him from Lake of Rot. Right? Use them as his guard dogs, I guess. But then that doesn't explain their presence in Seathwater. Yeah, I feel like this is too big of a gap to explain. Actually, no! Seathwater makes sense because you have Wyndham right here. Duh, of course. Yeah, that's why. Do you have a picture of the soldiers using perfumes and Royal Knight's Resolve? I do not have pictures of the Royal Knight's Resolve, no. We have the menu graphic, but I've never actually taken a shot of one of the knights doing it. It's the typical Leyndell knight that does it, right? Nothing fancy there. soldiers using perfumes, those another one for sure. Do any of Mesmer's forces use perfumes, by the way? Or is it just the Mesmer arts? Huh, I saw an item. Saw a corpse and no item. I think so. Also, Xavier, if I was right, you were theorizing that maybe the explosive stones you get from the ravine here were potentially a mistake, and they got swapped out for like the sealed tunnel ones. You think, with the little eyeball centipede boys? Was that your idea, as I recall? Wait, the soldiers do, and there's some knights that do it as well instead of the lightning slash? Oh, wow. Okay. But yeah, we can get some shots of that one. Because I would definitely want to showcase, you know, specifically. Yeah? Well, okay, so I'm actually skeptical of that idea, because I like that idea a lot as a potential, you know, explanation for some of that oddities. But I don't think it is, because, you find the guys here at the ravine, and you find a... Let me see if I can grab it. You find a corpse with explosive bolts or arrows or whatever it was. Ow. Here. It's one of these. Yeah, I think it's this guy. And those require those stones that you get from those enemies down there. So I don't think they would put that here unless the indication was to connect it with that area down there. So I think it is very much intentional. Now why, I still don't know. That still puzzles me. Unless Snake has dimensional powers and created a giant ravine split thing here. That those little centipede boys gobbled up or something. Or there was actually some volcanic activity that once occurred over here for some reason. Get some shots here. There we go. Yeah, nothing else that I want to grab here, right? So, alright, let's do the Lingdell thing. Avenue balcony is always a good option. I can... Oh, getting them to do perfuming, though, that's gonna be... That one might be a weird one. There we go. The location of a knight that uses the resolve that comes to mind is the one in front of the lever in the Windham Catacombs. Okay, I was gonna try it down here, but we'll see. See if I can force it. Why are you being weird? Why are you being weird? Stop doing the flickering thing. So here's the question, Xavier. Is it either or can one of these knights do both? Ow. Ah. Huh. Normal, huh? The capital probably only has the lightning slash version. That'd be disappointing. There we go. Oh my god, let me... There. Ow! God, my least favorite voice line in the entire game is whenever my character gets hit and it sounds like he's falling 10-story buildings. Woo! Either or, as far as I know. Okay, so if he uses... Alright, let's try to see if I can get one in the capital. If not, it'll be Wyndham. That's really gonna disappoint me, though, if they literally are all the like... I guess it makes sense. It's the royal capital, ancient dragon faith, right? Actually, wait. Wait. If it's either or, and one of the knights is in Wyndham... No, but they still use lightning. The ones in the Wyndham Catacombs still do use lightning, right? That's about to say, if they don't use lightning at all, we can date them. I only recall soldiers outside the capital doing the perfume move. Not sure if that's accurate, though. We can check here, too. It could be. They might only have, like, lightning, Whoa! Alright, so we have our answer with you. We're about to figure out with the soldiers now. Get away from me, bucko. Well, this one's gonna be awkward. Alright. Ow! Oh, he just did it. Ow! Yeah, he did it. Ow! Well, that guy does lightning. Well, you have a spear. I don't think you would do it anyway. Oh! That's perfume. Yeah, about here will do. I should specify that the one in the catacombs is just one I remember. I don't remember if there are others. Well, again, that's fine as long as it all works out, right? If we don't find any here, then you know what? We'll go for the catacombs. Ooh, what? Can we get the background guy illuminated too? Yeah. That works. There we go. Alright, so yep, they do in fact use perfuming, even in the capital. It's not just outside. I think it's only the small infantry guys who will use the lightning pots. Both inside and outside. Little thing for lightning. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Oh! Damn! I missed it. Ah, fuck. Curses! Alright, this time, though, I'm gonna be prepared. This time, I'm gonna be prepared. Ideally, it's probably okay, actually, if they're on the steps. Ideally, though, we get them off the steps. I'm not gonna bother with the knight. I'll just focus on the soldiers. Oh. Yeah, looks good. I just don't want to frickin' have toes in my shot. Just get away, Miyazaki. I refuse to have the influence of feet. Yeah, because normally I do a shot like this, you know? I mean, I guess we could just live with the foot. I guess. I need to check the foot soldiers sometimes. Because I noticed the Mesmers can have daggers, short swords, and long swords. I can only remember base game ones having daggers and maybe short swords. Yeah, I don't recall if they have any specific weapons except for the pole arm thing with the flame at the end. I remember them having that sometimes. Yeah, no. Oh no, that wasn't what I wanted. No. Nah, I think the straight up one. It's already at an angle. I think Obiga's already good. I don't think I'm supposed to see that. I gotta check the... Let me double check the menu graphic. Because I could have swore... Isn't it something just like this? Gravesite Plains... No. Graphics... Ashes of War... I like this one better because it has clearer visual effects. Uh-huh. Let me see. Oh. It's one of these, right? Whoopsie. Hello? Can I please shrink you? There we go. There we go. Was that so hard? It's one of these two. Yeah, you bring it towards your face. Problem is, we have several of those. I think this one's determination. I don't know what this one is. This one I think is the royal one. Because I remember it being, like, really close like that. So in that case, I want the other angle. The more dramatic one is royal. Yeah, this one has to be it then, yeah. Yeah, okay. Then I can have the menu, like, this is all for... Actually, I could probably include this in Age of Plenty, you know? I could include this. To help build on the soldiers and stuff. Maybe even Altus Unification War. Can we get some light? There we go. This one as well. Nah, I think the shots I got are good enough. Okay. Okay. Alright. Always stealth. Though the animation effects are going to say, yeah, I assume they're reusing the animation for it, and it's just the graphic changes with the specific numbers. That's what I would assume would happen. Okay. Want some sword knights around here. Can't give this one a shot. Oh. Well, if it's either or, then this guy's out. And the other guy here is the spear boy, right? I didn't remember how rare the perfumer bolts are for the pages. I thought they were a lot more common than they are. For the most part, it's just the normal bolts on these guys, like at Gelmir Hero's Grave and stuff. Upstairs, there's more knights. Yeah, I know there's a lot more up there. Oh, he actually did it. That's cool. That's cool. We have our Force boys. You look at the bolts item graphic and seeing it uses corpse select? Yeah. That I saw. Oh. Oh, a telemarketer. Oh my god. Why are telemarketers calling me? God. I feel like my phone exists just to get spammed. Two Fingers worship still lives in the capital, I guess. I mean, Two Fingers I mean, technically, Erdtree religion in general is just like, you know, it's building upon Two Fingers worship, so. Right? Like, it's all connected. Hence why we see the Two Fingers stuff with, Damn, I wasn't fast enough. Oh, you know what I can do? I didn't think about this. Let's kill the soldiers for now, since we got what we wanted. We got what we wanted from them. And I don't want to get shots for Ancient Dragon Cult right now. No Ancient Dragon War analysis coming out anytime soon. Oh wow, you did. The man who lived. There we go. Oh. Whoopsie. Come on, dude, you were doing it so often before. I'm literally hugging you. I can't. I keep trying to predict it, and I end up taking out so many unnecessary hits because my finger isn't on the dodge button. And yet he won't do it! Come on, do it now. No! He did it like 3 times last time. Ah! Try running away so he takes the bow out again? Maybe that's the trick. Maybe that's the trick. Hello. Oh my. Seriously, what do they make you? Vulgar Bloom. This economy? Yeah. Alright, guy has to notice me and take his stuff out now, right? Oh wait, whoops. Keep hitting the wrong thing! Might only use it with the bow. Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like he used it when he took his melee out last time too, earlier in the stream. Ah! Even if he did, he's doing it here. I could have done that a little earlier, I think. Yeah, let's just do... There we go. Alright, there we go. Ah, no, too far. I have to be, like, literally right on top of them. No, you idiot! Yeah, there we go. Oh my god. You are insufferable. Oh my god. What happened to your gear? I don't wear it. Go on. Get over here, buddy. Come on. There we go. Okay. Oh, God, if only there wasn't so much clipping. For now, we'll do this. Yeah. There, yeah, this'll work. For now, we'll work with this. Try to center that a little. And voila. There we go. I want to make sure we got it with the full brightness and everything. Beautiful. It makes me wonder, though, because there's the whole lore about the wrath and stuff like that. I do wonder if there was a lore change when it comes to the Godskins and this spell. Because they use the two-finger sigil, and it just makes me kind of wonder if the original idea was this spell was actually, like, from, like, you know, if it had to do more with, how do I put it? You know, the whole, you know, everything is the Erdtree's enemy and all that. There we go. There's the Erdtree version. Wait, do they just have the wrong sigil? Which does damage? I thought this was the one that did do damage. Does it actually not hurt me? Huh! Let me, 1 second. Yeah, it does not hurt me. Okay. Huh? Alright. Okay. Oh. He's not doing the determination strike either. Done. He's not doing any lightning attacks. But he's not doing anything with the determination either. Might be just because he's an archer? Yeah, like I'm trying to get him to use it. He ain't doing it. Yeah, it looks like he doesn't do the two fingers thing unless he's got the bow out either. The spell's probably just his unique thing, gotcha. Well. Oh no! Whatever will I do? Man, guard counters, such powerful arts. Okay, so with that in mind... I forget, is there a knight back here? No, it's just soldier. There's knights up here, though, so... I remember there being a knight that shoots lightning in there, but I don't remember if the other knight, which I also believe is there... Oh. Yeah, you ain't doing it. Oh, you do it! Ha! So spear guys do it too! Well, I'm just gonna say, the archer guy is just... He got the short end of the stick! They didn't let him learn any lightning to go with his fancy two fingers move. They both do lightning. Well, as the archer thing is. I mean as, like, the melee. That is so disappointing. He's just a fan of figurines. I get it. You ate the horses. Now you want to eat me. Ay, 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 ay. They figured me out. Damn. Here I was, hoping that maybe, just maybe, they would do it without me having to actually try. But it looks like they just do the... It looks like just do lightning then. Alright, so... I think that's all the knights in this area, right? I don't think there's any more we're forgetting. There. Perfumers and pages there. Perfumers there. Crucible Knight. Perfumers and Misbegotten back there. Albinorix and stuff there. Fingers in the sewers. Is there a lore reason the Dark Souls trilogy reclaiming your drop souls is green? Or is that just game design for the player to make out where to get their souls back? Yeah, getting your souls back by some arbitrary bloodstain is you know, it's basically just a game mechanic. You know, there is the argument to be made, you know, blood is the medium of the soul, so your blood has some souls, right? But, like, there's no lore thing on, like, oh, man, when you die as an undead, you shed blood, and, like, all your souls just happens to spill out with the blood, right? No, it's the dark soul within you that eats and devours all that soul, which is why soul memory in Dark Souls 2 is a lot more lore-friendly as a lore concept, right? Where even your lost souls, quote-unquote, are still recorded. But, yeah, it's just a gameplay thing. There's nothing, like, really deep going on there with the lore. There we go. Alright, so all the guys in the capital, they don't do determination. They ain't determined. Now, I don't wanna have to be, like, waiting forever, so we're just gonna run through, try to force it, and then we can come back once we find our guy. Ow. Oh. Alright, didn't look like those guys were doing it, but honestly, the guy wasn't doing any lightning stuff, really. He did it? Did I miss it? Did he do it? Oh my god. Oh, he did it! Yep, you're right. Alright. We found him. Alright, we know what we gotta do. Hey, buddy. He did it as he killed me. That's what I get for looking at my chat instead. Alright, so, we got that. Okay. Woo! I don't want any complications. What did I just say? I swear this game. Yeah, you just wait. Alright, Rain, Rain, go away. Never come back again, please. I beg you. Rain, Rain, can you please leave? We don't need you right now. Kind of obnoxious. There we go. Really? They respawned? Really? I didn't know they could do that. Well, now we do. Game speed, normal. Oh. There we go. All dramatic like. Something like this. And there we go. Magic. Yeah, backdrop by the Erd tree's a good one too. Ignore the dead body hiding behind the grass. That's for future Loki to worry about. There we go. Don't have to get his move out of a catacomb. Just so we can have the other angle for comparison. So I don't ever ask myself, why didn't I take it from the other angle? It could have been so much better if it was from that angle. It's like, this is why. It's not. It's really not. Something a little bit more close up here. Alright. Nah, this doesn't come across now, yeah. Alright. Alright, we got it. I think that's what we're gonna call it. A little bit longer of a stream than I was expecting, but we end up finding a nice little side track to go down, so. Alright, so, oh, I have perfumer stuff if I wanna include it for the shattering. We have some stuff for Radahn to help, you know, act as filler for some of those long stretches where it's just me talking about history without any, like, really good reference images to show you guys. Don't forget the pictures I posted in the Elderly chat. I won't. I swear, I do the Radahn update and there's always more to add. Alrighty. Anything else? Nothing I'm really crazy about grabbing in the future, but now that we have the soldier and knight stuff, I can include that in, I don't know if I would include that in Age of Plenty, maybe Altus Unification War. Both could work. Altus Unification War in general I need to go through and see if there's anything, anything more I could add. Yeah. It goes back to, it goes back to having, for the full context with Godfrey and Marika. Erdtree's beginning! At some point I need to tackle you! There's so much! Anyway. Alrighty. That's for me to worry about in the future, though. Thanks so much, guys. It's great chatting with you. Being wonderful being able to have some advice and stuff and hearing from you guys about different things. Thank you. You help pass the time and make it enjoyable. See you later!